Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Power Beyond Super Saiyan Super Battle Road stage. So this is the PBS stage, and honestly speaking it's actually really simple. I think ultimately for me I find, at least all things considered, PBS is actually a really simple stage, largely because you have access to pretty much all of the Broly's. So if you are looking to no item this, you can follow this team build, because this team build has the privilege and joy of using the Broly's. And the Broly's are great, not just in this, they're great in so much content, but they really excel here because of the fact that they do high volume damage, but that high volume damage is also AoE damage. In fact, they do so great that we're not even going to bother with storing the damage of the Tech Broly. We're just going to be rocking Tech Broly and having him do big levels of output right off the beginning, because there's no point holding back. You might as well just have him do the damage, because he doesn't need that additional defensive turn. He doesn't need that big defensive spring to kind of work off of. He can just be incredibly good regardless. So I think for me personally, what I will say is I at least find the Broly team to be one that's really a lot of fun to use. It's one of my go-to teams for in-game content, period. And I think in these situations it really shows how fun the team can be. You've got the strength SEZA Broly, who's incredibly strong and powerful. You've got the Tech LR Broly, who's incredibly strong and powerful AoE wise. We've got the active skill of the Int Broly, which is great for mitigating damage and just increasing our levels of damage. Then we've got the you could run the Strength LR Broly, I guess, as well. You also have the physical Broly, who can also do AoE damage. And just in general, all the Broly's are pretty much really good from that perspective. I think ultimately the big mechanism, I guess, that exists here is just depending on what Broly's you have. Either way, I think whatever team you're running for PBS, I think it's a lot easier to run at least the strength SEZA Broly. If you can't run obviously the full Broly lineup, I completely understand. But I feel like having the Strength EZA Broly is really something that's quite helpful, and is probably something I would suggest overall, just because I think his level of output is really good, and I think he can do a really good job. Like, I don't want to diminish what the Broly does, so I think bringing him is probably the easiest, safest bet. If you can, obviously try to bring the Tech Broly if you have him. However, running him as a friend lead is quite difficult because he only leads movie bosses, and besides the Broly's movie bosses doesn't have a huge array of Power Beyond Super Saiyans. Movie Heroes maybe has a bit more, but otherwise you're probably better off just running PBS directly or something like that. It's just one of those situations. But I think for me personally, it's all gonna come down to ultimately what you as a player and as a person have available. I think either way, AoE attacks obviously great, but I think PBS is such a broad category that you can really build like a whole bunch of teams. You can build you can build tons. I mean, you can build the you can build a Realm of the Gods team. You can build a Pure Saiyans team, a Super Saiyan 2 team, a Majin Buu Saga team, a Super Saiyan 3 team. You can build a you can build so many teams. Probably even Son family, Vegeta family. I mean, there's just a ton of teams you can build. So it's really difficult for me to sit here and say like, this is the best team build, because I think there's so many. But I do think the Broly team build is really the most fun because of just how quickly you're able to decimate the opposition. And obviously you can see here there's a single enemy in this final phase, but that doesn't phase the Burly team because it still just outputs an obscene amounts of damage. But yeah, I think realistically that is probably it from me. We're gonna wrap everything up here quite simply, but yeah, I would say, you know, if you are someone who is, you know, really looking to complete this, there's so many different team builds, so I don't really want to say you have to run this or have to run that, but I do just want to say give it your best bet, and if you can, try the Burly team because it is absolutely a really fun time. So yeah, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.